80 left, so not much mining is going on there, and looks like these heroes are going to be focused down, and this tree of life is going to be allowed to live for a little while longer. But as soon as these Dragonheart Riders fly over the towers, they just need to get the shackles off. That's so smart, because then the towers can hit them as well, and I mean, you don't get the experience, but you still get the kill, and that's really what th000's in it for at this point. You just need to limit the size of the army, and actually, ooh, we are seeing some grave throwers out. I said a long time ago that some grave throwers could be useful, and against these towers, actually, I'm not too sure they will be at this point, just because they're going to be so exposed, and maybe we'll see them be put to good use, because the Una might be able to defend them. But at this point, I mean, like, obviously they don't even do extra damage to the towers. They do, by the looks of things, have the upgrade actually. So I guess he anticipated this, or maybe got the upgrade to a different Nation of War. A lot of Munos being put down here. It's an interesting choice actually. I mean, it's going to mean that you can do a lot of healing in the middle of battles, but at the moment he's not actually taking too much damage. He doesn't need to be going back to Munos, and he's leaving them very exposed. But maybe the point is actually he thinks Una thinks he's going to be defending this bit a lot, and so he's actually going to be able to keep these Munos alive as opposed to Munos at his expansions where they've just been going down whenever they've been left undefended. And as we can see, these glaive throwers are very exposed, but these hippogriffs coming in, going to try and do a bit of focusing there, and another battle going off here. Just constant battle, and it looks like one more bear going to be trying to focus down. This Mount King is very low, but I'm sure a Holy Light is coming in at some point. This Paladin, yeah, there's a Holy Light there, and Earth, Wind and Fire being, or Storm, Wind and Fire, I always call it Earth, Wind and Fire, Storm, Wind and Fire being used, and Cyclone being used as well, just trying to keep that Archmage in the air while the damage is done to the Mount King. But it looks like the Mass TP does get off, but oh my god, looks like he does decide to cancel this. Mount King does get cornered and taken down. Brilliant play there by Una, really doing a nice job, and th000. I think the reason th000 cancelled it is because his heroes were chased away from the Archmage, and the what you do have to remember, which lots of people forget, is that the radius of effectiveness for mass teleport is a lot smaller than the radius of effectiveness for TP scroll. So it's very easy to make a mistake and to move too far away, then miss a whole bunch of your army. And so th000 just decided to cancel it because he knew he would probably be too far away and could miss out one of his heroes, but he ended up losing that Mount King nonetheless. Meanwhile, th000 still, I mean, 5,200 gold left in the bank, and Una 11,000 gold left in the bank. And at this point, really, I think Una can afford to move beyond 58 food. Should probably be moving to 100 food and just trying to do if that was mostly bears. I mean, obviously you want some hippogriffs to try and take down the Dragonheart Riders, and maybe a couple of chimeras as well to slowly take down the towers from safety. I think that would be the best choice here by Una. I think he needs to stop worrying about upkeep at this point and just go crazy economy, or just go crazy army, and just really have a massively overwhelming force, and hope that there's nothing th000 can do about it. Maybe build a couple more production buildings as well, so he can quickly reinforce. And just constantly, I mean, it's so counterintuitive, I mean, just to be mining so little, but at this point really it's just so important to try and steamroll th000 before he gets to the overwhelming hero levels, which sort of like a level sort of 7, 7, 7 or something like that can really be, because you can have heroes which are so hard to kill if you get them too high level. Meanwhile, that Paladin getting focused down, but not quite enough, and it looks like, ooh, this priest is actually gone. That's a bit unfortunate. Oh, maybe the priest has just somehow followed the unit there or something. That priest, I think, would actually has been doing a huge amount of effect. We've seen how quickly he's been getting back into the battle after being staffed home, and that's a largely thanks to that one priest. I think that's actually a really smart choice there by th000. It's something I haven't seen before, but it makes a lot of sense. And Ancient of Wonders being built here as well. Actually, we have another one here, so not really too necessary. th000 think it isn't too necessary, and immediately kills it. And looks like more arcane tower hits going off on these bears, and it's it's really nice actually to have a couple arcane towers up in the front, even though they have longer range and can fight from the back. It's nice to have them up front where they just get a couple more hits off them than wouldn't happen if they were guard towers. And it looks like the Mount King being focused on, being forced to use his TP to get up here because the Paladin is a bit too far away. And this Paladin obviously just needs to finish up healing. Wouldn't need to if he had that priest there, but this priest now running forward very boldly. I'm not sure where he's going, but actually one Dragonheart Rider looks like he's been forgotten a bit, and this priest now going to be focused down. That's a bit unfortunate. What a great effect that priest has had throughout the course of this game. th000 not rebuilding it, and th000 not really building too much of an army at this point. Still just building these Dragonheart Riders, which are pretty effective. I mean, they're pretty good at focusing down, or they're really good at focusing down Dryades, and they're not half bad at taking down bears. Even though bears have a whole bunch of hit points, you don't. I mean, you already have a bolt and stuff, and water elementals, so you can do a lot of damage to them. You just need to be able to have something that can do the damage and then not be threatened by the bears that can all focus down the bear at once and things like that. And so it's a reasonable choice, I think. And Lots of towers here being taken out slowly by these Spirits of Vengeance. It's a good choice there, because obviously they're invulnerable, so they'll last until the Spirit Avatar Vengeance finishes. And Breath of Fire going off there as well. Nice to just run in there, get a Breath of Fire and run out, especially once this Arcane Tower is down. And this Entangled Goldmine looks like he's going to be taken down, and then Thu will run out of here. Still only 2 upgrades, at least get the second armor upgrade, if not the third attack upgrade, which I think could be very, very useful at this point. But I'm not sure what Thu's line of thought is, or maybe he's just too panicking about all the other things that's going on here. Avatar being used by this Mountain King now, and has the the panda hasn't been surrounded, but does bash does go off. This paladin paladin needs to heal up the Mountain King fairly shortly, and it looks like this one bear will be focused down. Rejuvenation going off, but the bear finally focused down, and at level 7 now on this Archmage. I assume that's going to mean, yes, level 3 Brilliance Aura, going to mean that the heroes, Thu's heroes already have enough mana basically, but we can see this Avatar, or this Mountain King in Avatar form is out of mana, so that level 3 Brilliance Aura will have at least some effect. It isn't completely useless, but it looks like in these prolonged battles, oh my god, huge focus goes off there by that the double hero combination. Really, really nicely played there by Una. Good to manage to kill that Archmage, but obviously immediately the heroes are taverned back in this perpetual game where both players just have so much money. They keep on rebuilding units. They've both made such brilliant use of staves that they haven't lost too many units. Really, really nice. Bolt goes off there, and this Mountain King now on the run, and this Paladin still with a lot of mana. We can see, another blink goes in there, and a Shadow Strike and Phantom Knives gets the Mountain King kill now, and Thu now really starting to hemorrhage heroes, but obviously you can just keep on buying them back. So nice, but still Thu now only 1700 gold left in the bank. Really gonna have to start doing something special if he wants to stay in this game. This mine gonna be taken out. Maybe if Thu can somehow take it by extending his sort of Great Wall of Towers just up here, that'd be pretty useful, because he just needs to be mining at this point. And Una just is doing so much, and Una does have this mine up at very least. It's not that huge of a difference because this mine hasn't been up for a while, but certainly 1 mine to 0, especially considering the gold difference is 8,000 to 1,000 or 1,000 or 2,000 basically. So and with all these heroes, all these towers so low, and Thu can barely afford to repair them at this point. I think Thu, if he can make some sort of conceded push on this point, that'd be nice. Maybe with some tanks. I said tanks a while ago actually, and Thu didn't opt for it, but I think it would be they'd be an alright choice. Lots of shackles going off here. Does Thu have enough? Looks like he's forgotten about 4 Dragon Riders in the back, and it looks like he doesn't have quite enough, and Thu's going to lose that big battle there. The hero battle going off here, and level 9, almost level 10 on that ward. Unbelievable hero levels. Thu now on the run here with these Dragon Riders, and going to manage to get most of them away to the safety of towers. Then looks like a mass teleport being used here, and this Warden now hitting level 10. Oh my god, level 10 Warden, such a threat, because obviously you can blink and then Phantom Knives and Shadow Strike, and all of those are level 3, so the blink can be instantaneous. You can actually focus on heroes a lot better. We saw that Mountain King kill came only because of that one blink followed up by the Shadow Strike and Phantom Knives, and looks like meanwhile we have 765. Ooh, the Paladin needs to get level 6. The thing is that level 6 Paladin, or Paladin's ultimate, isn't actually really too useful here, just because he doesn't have any units that actually leave corpses really. If he had a lot of knights or something, it'd be very, very useful, but at this point, probably just level 3 Divine Shield would be more useful. The level 3 Divine Shield is actually quite insane. And looks like another bolt goes off there, 1 more bear focus down, and Thu gets out of here, and this is just how he always plays it, just focusing down individual units, but just wonder if he can actually manage to make anything of this, considering how much, ooh, nice long range bolt there. It doesn't take out a hit roof, but does a lot of damage at least. Gonna slow Una down a bit, gonna force him to go back and heal, I guess. But certainly not the best use of Thu's mana. But as I was saying, as Thu plays this game, it's just he focuses on individual units, but at this point really it's just hard to say whether or not he'll actually be able to do anything. Ooh, 2 Hippogriffs running in here. Thu shackling really doesn't need to, but I guess yeah, he has such crazy mana regeneration, he can afford to be doing it at this point. And level 9 on this panda now as well, so level 2 Drunken Brawler, which is pretty fun as well, because it makes your panda into a mini Blade Master. And this Tree of Eternity, actually I think it'd be quite interesting if Thu brought forward some of these, like once this Tree of Life is done, if he just brought it forward as a bit of a tank, a bit of a thing to slow down Thu, because he doesn't have anywhere else he can go in mine. Nice staff there by Thu yet again, who's actually now bought a orb on his Mountain King, which is a nice choice. I think it'll let him get maybe some bashes off, it'll let him get him some hits off as well on these units. Nice bolt there as well by th000, and th000 maybe gonna try and pick off another bear here or something. Once bolt comes off cooldown. Ooh, all of these bears being brought into druid form and immediately being focused down. Big mistake here. I think he only meant to bring one out so he could use rejuvenation, but he unfortunately brought all of them out, and so he lost one bear there. And anti-magic shield being used again here by Una, and this Mount King now taking a lot of damage, but it does have 11 armor and a whole bunch of healing behind him. And this Archmage now taking a lot of damage as well, being healed up as well. And it looks like he will just manage to fight away the army, but now the Hippogriffs come in and eventually just decide that they can't fight this and need to get out of here. And one Hippogriff being focused down at the end. And as I was saying, actually, obviously the Overfire gives some splash as well, but that splash is quite negligible. What you really care about is about the bash, basically, because they'll keep a couple if a couple Hippogriff run, or if a couple of Hippogriffs run in here without the hero, then obviously only the Dragonheart Riders, the Archmage, and the Water Elementals can focus them down. But if you have that if you have that Mount King there, you can possibly get another whole kill just based on just from one attack, and so you have to multiply that by a lot, and then that can be quite effective. Meanwhile, a lot of Spellbreakers actually being brought in by th000, trying to make a transition into a more normal army so he can make that conceded push that I was talking about earlier. He needs to try and take some sort of expansion. This expansion just has so much money left, and really none of the others have any money left. So this is basically, like, on this small square is where this game is going to be won. Basically, whoever can control this can get 11,430 more gold, and that's just going to be so valuable. We're going to have to see whether or not th000 can make too much of it, if he can actually take this expansion, or if he can just deny it for Una. And it looks like these breakers going to be taking a bit of damage here. Obviously, the breaker is really nice against both the Warden and the Panda because they are magic immune, and so it's a good choice. Also, it means that all the or any remaining Hippogriffs are completely useless once the Dragonheart Riders die out. But at the same time, I mean, obviously they have their own disadvantages. They take a huge amount of damage from bears, especially 3/3 upgraded bears, and these bears have 9 armor, bear in mind. And look at this Archmage being focused down yet again, going to be forced to run away, and it looks like the Breaker's not going to be able to, or not going to be taken down quite yet, but looks like a whole bunch of damage done to the heroes, and th000's going to need to sit in his base for a couple of seconds just to heal all that up. And we can see that Divine Shield is just so, like, this is only level 2 Divine Shield, so clearly he did go for a Resurrection because he does have these breakers now out, but just level 3 Divine Shield lasts for so long. I wonder if we get to see that. I'm sure we will. I mean, it seems so unlikely this Paladin's not going to hit level 6. 2 Pendants of Energy as well, going to make Resurrection a lot less expensive. And this Mount King, interestingly, doesn't have any Pendants of Mana, which is, I think, would be quite useful at this point. But it looks like this Mount King being forced away, and this Hippogriff now going to be focused down. And oh no, snapped away at the last second. Very nice there by both players. Actually, I'm really impressed that we're an hour into, oh my god, we're an hour into this game, and both players are still microing this fantastically. They're both undoubtedly exhausted, and more focus going down. These breakers, as you can see, go down so quickly to those bears. This is why it was so tricky for th000 to transition into anything at all. I think a couple of tanks would have gone a long way, but oh my god, this Mount King now being forced to use Avatar. He is surrounded. Resurrection being used now by this Paladin, who's now on the run as well as an ultimate you almost never see. And look at this Mount King now being surrounded yet again, being healed up. The rejuvenation being stolen for the Archmage. That is absolutely huge because that Archmage is in a bad position as well. And th000 will be able to hold this off, this almost unending line of bears. Really fantastic play here by him. I'm amazed he has any breakers left alive, even with Resurrection being used. And there's Mount King now going to chase down the bear, and staff being used yet again. Oh my god, this game is so incredible. I haven't seen anything like it in a very long time. Well, actually, that's probably not true, but that's just because of the quality of games we've been seeing recently. And oh my god, th000 is coming in yet again, really trying to focus